This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Welcome to the NLL, I am Kjotleik. This is the second game of the day. It's in the second division, the game between Mao Zedong and Louis XIV. Mao is 14th in the league with 1 point after a draw and a loss in his 2 opening games. Louis XIV, he is at the bottom, 18th place with 0 points after 2 defeats in 2. And the problem with Louis XIV is that he has been the victim of 2 times domination defeats, and he really needs, even if he should not win this game, he should at least try to impress us with a little bit improved performance, because that is very much needed in Louis XIV's case if he wants to avoid getting relegated this season. Let's look at the starting positions. Resource bubbles on, and we see the starting positions of Mao Zedong. He's got iron down here, there are horses, there is gold, there is fish up there, and he starts on the southeastern parts of this huge continent that is the main continent. There are also some scattered, really small continents around. This part in the west is actually connected up here to the east, so this connected to the Arctic here is the same as this one. So it's only one continent here and then another one that is divided into a few small pieces over here. It looks like Mao Zedong has a lot more land than Louis XIV, which starts over here, but most of it, or a lot of it, is actually desert and desert hills and mountains, which are not particularly good lands. There is a lot more green over here at Louis XIV's start, with some fish, crab, there is iron, there are cows, and he has connection down here, there is deer, some fish, and he has only one way to go, and that is up here, and there is a lot of forests and a lot of good stuff. Who can reach this area first? There is copper up here, some resources, there is a river, which is always good. If you can get up here, Louis, and get access to the coastline up here in the north, then you should be able to do well, but if Mao is quick to go up here, the coastline, and cut it off, then that could be advantage him. Let's take a look at it. I'm really excited to see what is going to happen here. I expect Louis to put up a better performance than what he has been doing as of late, but you never know. Let's start the game and find out what happens. Mao Zedong versus Louis XIV of France, and they are off. Louis XIV is actually pleased with Mao from the start, which could be a problem for him. He could give away a Diplo. Turn 60, 2 cities each, and Mao is stronger than Louis. We see that, 1.1 times as strong right now. 4 cities Mao, 3 cities Louis, turn 95, 96, turn 100. 4 is the city count. They are in different religions, Buddhism and Hinduism. 1 AD with, was it 6 cities to Louis, or was it 5? But I see that Louis has managed to expand a lot faster than Mao when it comes to land. Mao has 7 cities, but Louis has stretched himself out east, and Louis has not been boxed in to his small part of the continent. They are bordering each other, but Louis is actually rather pleased with Mao. 7 cities each. Mao is a little bit weaker, but he has taken that city up there, 8 cities each. Turn 182, and there is the next city for China. Louis XIV with 10 cities, Mao with 10 cities as well. Turn 193 now. Mao is a little bit weaker, going for feudalism. Civil service next for Mao, but it's not taking that fast. He's a little bit weaker, but they are probably pleased with each other. Louis XIV is going for divine right, of course he is, and Mao Zedong on machinery now. Turn 218, 219, 12 cities to Louis, and now Louis is friendly with Mao, and this could be a problem for Louis. I don't know who is going to build the Apostolic Palace or whether it has already been built, but Louis is now not in a religion anymore. Mao is in Hinduism. 12 cities, Louis 11 to Mao. We are at turn 244. University of Sankor has been built. I assume that the Apostolic Palace has been finished, but I haven't confirmed it. I haven't got that. Louis XIV is going for astronomy now. 13 to 11 cities. There has not been. Mao Zedong has a golden age. Turn 266. Getting astronomy there. He has 11 cities going for printing press next. Louis XIV with 13 to Mao's 11. It has been a very long time now. Turn 2, and there is the circumnavigation for Mao. And Louis has founded another city. 15 to 12. We see Louis is taking the north while Mao is taking the south in the new continent, and we actually have a war. We have a war that went fast from friendly to war. 15 cities for Louis, 13 for Mao. 15 to 14 as Mao settles another city. At turn 294, this went to war and Mao has 0.9 the strength of Louis, so this is very even. Physics next for both leaders. Louis is going to get it first. Louis with 17 cities, Mao with 16. We have passed turn 300. We have the Great War, and Louis, he is going for it. Mao is down to 0.8 the strength of Louis. 17 cities, 216 at the moment. Physics is coming for Mao. Louis is getting his communism, going for the military tradition in only 2 turns. 19 to 16. Louis, 19 to 16 cities, 20 to 16 cities. Mao is going for gunpowder. Louis is going for steel. We have a fully fledged war on our hands here. Turn 3, 15, 20, 216 is the city count. Mao is weaker than Louis though. 0.7 the strength of the French leader. 21 cities, 216, and he's going for replaceable parts while Mao is going for constitution. Turn 3, 23, 21 to 16, and Mao is down to 0.6 the strength of Louis. The French leader is growing stronger. Mao is probably losing units, and Louis may be building them a little bit more than Mao as well. Investing power now, corporations for Mao, and Louis is going towards railroads. 17 cities for Mao. He is 0.6 as strong as Louis. 22 to 16, 23 to 16 as Louis builds another city. Louis has the north, Mao has the south and the east. It's going to be interesting to see how fast this game and this war ends, and this game goes to a conclusion. Louis is going for assembly line, Mao is on military tradition. But Louis is up to 24 cities, so he's expanding while at war, and now he has an advantage. I think it could be decisive, and Mao is down to 0.5, 0.6 the strength. Fascism next for Louis, democracy for Mao Zedong. Louis and Mao, he has 17 cities by the way. Combustion for Louis, he's going for that, and Mao, he is a little bit late to democracy here I think. 17 cities still for Mao, and they have signed peace. They have signed a peace treaty, turn 353 now. And Mao is 0.7 the strength of Louis, and the question now, Louis XIV, he has 26 turns left, 22 turns left to combustion. Does that mean he is trying to go for a cultural victory now after the signing of the peace treaty? Or is it just upgrading his units? I don't know that, but another city has been founded, so 18 cities for Mao. Louis with his 24. He does have a production advantage, I believe, if there is a race for that, but Mao is now going rifling, which will help him in the next war if it comes. Louis is pleased though towards Mao, so I am a little bit surprised that they actually went to war in the first place, but it has been fun. 24 to Louis and 18 to Mao in the number of cities. They have 19 cities to Mao now. He's going for communism. Louis is going to get combustion in 1 turn or something like that. Mao adopts some civics. And 24 to 19 is the city count. Louis is going for rifling now. He doesn't have it. Mao is going for communism and getting that. Mao has rifling, I believe. Going for chemistry now. There are some spies on the scene and Louis is down to cautious, he's not pleased anymore. And there was a city that reached legendary culture, and Lyon has achieved legendary culture. Are Louis going for the cultural win here? Mao is down to 0.8 the strength and he can't take out France at the moment. The French Empire is too big. It's 100 turns left. We are passing turn 400. And there it is, Louis XIV with a cultural victory, and this was a much improved performance by Louis XIV. Congratulations with the win and the 2 points. Let's go take a look at the replay. The only war of the game was declared by Mao Zedong in 1832, or turn 286. It was a stalemate. He captured 2 and lost 2 cities. Peace was signed 99 years later in 1931, turn 351. That was 65 turns of war. That didn't matter much, as Louis XIV won a cultural victory in 1981. Let's take a look at the statistics. Here are the graphs. Score, Louis was number 1 for most of the game. The gross national product, Louis, he had a lot better than Mao here. Manufacturing, Mao was actually a little bit better here in the middle, but then Louis XIV went ahead. Food was even all the way up until, 1600 something, 1550 something, and then Mao lost it and Louis went ahead. Power, it was even until 1800 approximately, where Louis went ahead to take the lead. Culture, Mao started to pull ahead around 1400 AD. Louis XIV started to pull ahead, Mao started to drop behind. Espionage, pretty even, but Louis XIV with a little advantage there. Let's go to the demographics, take a look. Mao's numbers here, 19.7 million in population. Louis had 44.8 million. He also had over 5,000 in GNP. Most of that was culture, I believe. Let's go and take a look at the wonders. It's only one screen with wonders here. 3 wonders in the BC era, Stonehenge, Great Wall and the Oracle. Of all the cities, there were the top 5 was Louis XIV French cities, and then Beijing was number 6, so Mao did get 1 point from that. Statistics. Mao built 19 cities, 4 religions, 1 golden age, 46 current windmills, 21 towns and 12 farms. In his cities he did build 20 granaries, 19 barracks, 18 pavilions, down to 2 Hindu monasteries. Yeah, some monasteries. He got the Oracle, Colossus, Hanging Gardens, and that was basically it. Let's go to the top again. Your current units: 52 riflemen, 17 workers and 15 caravels, all the way down to a privateer. You built, which is perhaps a little bit more interesting, 44 knights, 36 caravels, 31 longbowmen, down to 5 warriors. Let's go page down. And a great merchant at the bottom here. You killed, in the wars, 26 musketeers, 21 grenadiers, down to 1 crossbowman, and your losses: 38 knights, 19 caravels, 17 chogonus, all the way down to a musketman. Let's take a look at Louis XIV then. 24 cities built, 3 religions, 3 golden ages, currently 38 workshops, 35 lumber mills and towns. You built in your cities 24 granaries, 22 lighthouses, 20 forges, and down to 7 Buddhist stupas down there. Let's go page down. Here are the wonders. Statue of Zeus is here. We have Versailles Globe Theatre. We have the Mausoleum of Masolos. Great Wall Apostolic Palace is here. Temple of Artemis, page down. A lot of wonders, all the way down to Angkor Wat at the bottom. Great Lighthouse, Great Library, Pyramids, Hagia Sophia, Sistine Chapel is here. And yeah, Notre Dame is here. Taj Mahal, Statue of Liberty. We did build the Academy as well, so a lot of good stuff for Louis in this game. Current units: 40 longbowmen, 27 musketeers, 25 workers and 25 grenadiers, all the way down to a great spy. You built, let's see what you built, 53 musketeers, 44 longbowmen, 34 Confucian missionaries and 34 workers as well, down to 5 great generals you got, page down. And you have built a galley. And let's confirm the kills. 38 knights, 19 caravels, 17 chogonus, all the way down to a musketman. And your losses were 26 musketeers, 21 grenadiers, 9 longbows and catapults, down to 1 worker. So that was it. Let's go take a look at the victory condition screen and the cities. First, the victory condition screen then. Here we are. And we see that world population, yeah, nobody had enough there, and not in land area either. It was pretty even. Paris, I guess it went legendary this turn with Lyon and Orleans a few turns before. Mao was a long way away. So these are the numbers then on the victory condition screen. Let's look at the cities. Mao Zedong with his 19 cities. This is the list. Let's sort them by population. Beijing and Tianjin with pop 16. Mostly buildings, infrastructure and a few privateers actually. So let's go and take a look at what Louis is doing in his cities. Louis of the French, okay. There we are. Let's go take a look at his cities and sort them by population. Yeah, we see that Paris 20, Lyon and Reims 19, Grenoble and Toulouse 18. He is building wealth in a couple of cities, going for Wall Street, and then most of the others are infrastructure. And a longbowman and a Confucian missionary. Only 1 military unit is being built at the moment in Saint Etienne. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. We look at the table and we see that Mao Zedong is down in the bottom 3. He is now number 16 with his 1 point and a negative 22 score per turn difference. Louis XIV climbs out of the relegation zone up to 13th with his 2 points. Still a negative 23 score per turn difference, so he needs to work on that, but at the very least he got his first win and his first 2 points. Tomorrow we are going to have 2 games from the first division, Saladin versus Sarah Jakob and Cyrus versus Qinshi Wang. Welcome back tomorrow. This has been Kjotleik and this is the NLL. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.